Welcome to week 10 of MIT Full Steam Ahead. We're happy to have you here. I'm Natalie Rusk. I'm a researcher in the Lifelong Kindergarten Group at the MIT Media Lab, and I'm happy to be joined here by my friends and colleagues.
Hi, I'm Jaleesa Trapp. I am a PhD student at the MIT Media Lab with the Lifelong Kindergarten Research Group.
And I'm Mitch Resnick. I'm a professor at the Media Lab, and I lead the Lifelong Kindergarten Group.
And we're excited to share with you this week's package of activities and resources that we're calling Get Creative with Math.
In our Lifelong Kindergarten Group, our focus is on developing technologies and activities that engage kids in creative learning experiences. Today, we're going to be focusing on one of our tools, the Scratch programming platform, that is used by millions of kids around the world to create their own interactive stories and games and animations. And in the process, kids learn a lot of important computational ideas and mathematical ideas. Jaleesa will be showing you some examples of the types of games kids create with Scratch and what they learn in the process. And I'll start by focusing on the types of art and animation kids create. Another member of our group, Shruti Dharawal, has focused on an area that she calls sprite art. Sprite are the characters in Scratch. And Shruti has shown how kids can use those characters to make all sorts of great art and animation. Let me share my screen so you can get some idea. Actually, here's a studio. It's a collection of projects that kids have created with sprite art. So you can see there's hundreds of projects here where kids are using the sprite characters in Scratch to make all different types of animations and patterns. Let me show you an example to give you a sense. This is the program here in the middle. And if we start the program, you can see you can make all different types of animated artwork. But to make that animated artwork, you need to use math in lots of different ways to control the angle and the speed. In this part of the program, you can see it shows how it's turning. If it just turns 1 degree at a time, it goes slowly. If I increase it to 4, it goes faster, to 8, even faster. So in this way, kids are starting to use math in a meaningful way to control something they really care about. And we see that kids learn and understand the mathematical ideas better when they're using it in a context where it's meaningful and motivating for them. Let's shift to Jaleesa, who will show some ways that kids are using Scratch to make their own games.
My favorite thing to do in Scratch is make games. You might be able to tell because I have a game as my background right now. It's actually the Apple Catch game, and it uses a lot of math that I didn't even realize at first when I first made a remix of this game. So you use math to position the apples that fall from the sky. There's a basket that you use to catch the apples that are falling, and you have to use math to position the basket on the x-axis where it moves. And then if you want to do things a little bit more advanced, you can add a variable so that you can put a score. I personally like getting the highest score on games that I play, so this was really fun and exciting for me to work with variables in Scratch. Another game that's really popular on Scratch is Pong. And with Pong, you can subtract the number of lives that you have. So there's a lot of different ways that math is involved, but it doesn't have to be boring. It can be really fun, especially for me because I like playing games.
That's something that we hear from a lot of other young people on the Scratch site, is that they've shifted how they think about math, where it used to be something as like either boring, not necessarily relevant for them, or something they felt like they weren't good at. But as they're starting to create their projects and they want to know, how do I make my animation smooth? How do I make this go down or backwards? And you start encountering things like negative numbers and angles and coordinate systems, but you're not thinking of like, how am I trying to learn math? You're creating your project and you're using math to express your ideas. So we want to invite you to try out some of the different activities. We're sharing some videos and some tutorials and other resources that you can explore, play around with, see what other people have made. You can try remixing like Jaleesa was talking about, or also try creating your own art and games. And we're really excited to see what you create.